Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to to discuss the Chicago Fire's upcoming 2025 season. We spoke way too long about the league in general. And DPG, just before we get into the details, how do you feel? How do you feel?
So I will say, so I'm not 100% there. I mean, I probably feel a lot better than I've had felt in the past couple of seasons with the Fire. Um, I'm, I'm, I'm cautiously optimistic. I will leave it at that. I don't want to get too excited. I know, a lot of changes have happened, but I think every year we say we're excited, and then it fucking blows up in our faces.
It does. It does. Last year I was a junkie off hopium. I was on the streets shivering, going through withdrawals. I was full of hope. This year I'm concerned. I got very excited, and then there just wasn't enough to get me there.
So I gotta ask, was the excitement? I mean, besides because we knew about Greg since last season, since the end of
Right.
last season,
Which that
and
kicked off the excitement.
yeah,
It did.
yeah. So was the excitement relating to the Fire possibly signing Neymar?
No, and we will talk about that. That was phenomenal. That was amazing. That was a great 48 hours. Those 48 hours were some of the funnest times ever to actually think that the Chicago Fire and Neymar would both make such phenomenally horrible decisions as to link
I
up
know.
together.
we were all like, yeah, man, we're gonna be one of the boys now.
Listen, what I was saying was, like, you know me, I famously say, if you're not going to be good, you might as well be phenomenally bad. And that right there would have been phenomenal. Like, if we're not going to be good, we might as
I
well be
think
terrible.
I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier about getting eyeballs to the league. But besides that, we're gonna get eyeballs to the Fire, which, surprise, surprise, we haven't had eyeballs since Bosch and Schweinsteiger. So
Yeah, and it barely had any then because that dude
yeah,
is utterly riskless. Any-
shout out
anyway,
Sebastian.
I'll put it this way: my excitement level diminished as soon as the European window closed,
Yeah,
and because here's the thing, I know it is a tall order, I get it, but like you can't suck for 12 years and then expect me to wait on something, right? So like I get that it's a tall order to replace 6 starters, which is what we needed was to replace 6. We needed 6 quality starters and had the ability to sign 2 designated players.
yeah.
And so I feel like we only got 4 starters. And then I feel like I get it. I get that the market was soft. And I get that, it's smart to wait until summer to spend that other DP, but god damn it, we've sucked for 12
I
years.
know, I know,
Give me
I
my
know, I
DPs.
know, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. And I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this past, 1 or 2 weeks. Because I was also paying attention to the, as you were, all the rumors and shit. Um, but if the Fire, and with Greg at the helm, if the Fire can put up a scrappy performance throughout, through the spring and early summer, meaning, they're not losing stupidly and they're actually competing and they actually want to play like they want to win, and which in that sense, normally that will kind of make a playoff team, um, especially in this league. If the Fire can stay, I guess, in the playoff fight or in the playoff themselves, um, and they can wait till the summer, then I'm all for it. Because then by the summer, hold on, by the summer Greg's probably gonna have a clear indication what pieces need to be moved or what pieces need to be added.
You're
Um,
not wrong. You're not wrong, but like I look at this team, and unless a couple of these guys, including Bamba, have career years, this is not a playoff team. And if it's not a playoff team, I don't know. I may literally have to give up watching the sport. You cannot tell me. You cannot look me in my eye and tell me we hired Greg Berhalter and he needs more than a season to get to the playoffs in ninth place. He needs more than a season to finish ninth. I cannot I cannot live with that. I can't live in a world where that's acceptable.
I don't know if it's because I've ridden this roller coaster since 2010, 2011.
Dude, I've been around. I've been here.
I know. You've been here longer. I'm
older.
Yeah, So I get it. I get it. We've been in the trenches too long. All right, I get it. And I don't blame you. I think. I think I even told this to my wife. I'm like, my season ticket membership is like riding on this season. Like if they don't make the playoffs, I think I might just walk away. I mean, I'll watch the Fire from home, but I think I might just give up season tickets.
So
and
you're that close. Like I'm with you though. Like I really signed on for 2 years, and if I wasn't happy, I was gonna bounce and be done.
Yeah.
I guess we're getting a little negative, which I don't want to do.
But we're getting it's too much. Yeah, you're right.
It's because I overdosed on hopium last year. That's the problem.
So I think what's gonna set us off is like if we by some miracle pull off like a 1-0 win at Columbus. I think that is gonna set off a lot of people. Like people all of a sudden.
Well, today we'll like I want to get to so many things. We'll get to the game today, but there was a preseason game today, and I feel like such a jerk because I'm just like I'm watching all this happiness. I'm like, guys, no, not yet.
Don't do it.
Just hold on. Let's just wait a minute before we smile. But I guess anyway. All right. So before we get much further, let me do this. The Chicago Fire's roster turnover. Okay? So we already know we know that we know and love the players. And just for an update about every one of them on that jersey who signed that are gone. Anyway, so we already knew a lot of this, but Aragoni, Casas, Shihos, Herbers, Lassiter, Spencer Ritchie, Wyatt Ohmsberg, Victor Becerra, I forgot about that kid. Miziel Rodriguez, Lawrence Wooten, Koutsias, and everyone's favorite, Gaston Jimenez, Tobias Salquist, and Federico Navarro all left the club. Are you saddened by anyone's departure?
No. I honestly think that was a lot of the deadwood.
All of it. It was all the deadwoods. I say the two things that come to mind is this. I'm still Koutsias over Barlow, so that makes me unhappy, but you can't waste an international spot. And Tobias Salquist. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know how the hell Barlow has kept his job. Like I thought that was like part of that deadwood. Like I'm thinking, like unless there's something that I'm missing here. I mean, unless this is unless Greg sees something in the guy.
The dude showed up and Greg was like, "Wait a second, where's Tom? We need to cut Tom." And he's like, "No, I'm Bar Tomlo."
You know what? And we're crapping on the guy. We're like crapping on him. And watch this man score like the winning goal at the U.S. Open Cup final. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a clip I put in on the breaks from a game where we made that comeback where we were down 3-1 and we came back to win 4-3.
Oh yeah, was it the Montreal game?
Yeah, and Tom Barlow is the one that scored the final goal. And I'm filming us all celebrating the section, and you can hear my fiance next to me go, "You were talking so much shit about him."
Was he in that Montreal? Because the guy that scored the goal was Costa. He did that weird shot.
No, not the win goal. The big comeback game late in the season.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, I thought that was funny.
One goal he had, the one goal he had all season, right?
That was the only goal. Now, again, the only other sadness whatsoever is Fabian Herbers is a good piece, but was making too much money to be a part of anything going forward. Tobias Sahlquist, I truly believe this. I truly believe he could have been good, but he just wasn't talented enough to overcome all of the bad luck he had. Like, he had
hurt.
so much bad luck.
The man got hurt. Someone knocked him out. So he got injured,
fell over and gave up a penalty. It was just nothing but bad luck for that guy. But all right. So that's everybody who left. Everybody who's coming in. So we signed a bunch of kids, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, unlike most seasons, one or two of them will blow up. But David Pareba, oh god,
yeah, he's hurt.
Oh yeah, that's the kid that he's out for the season.
That
Poor
ACL.
kid. Yeah, he tore his ACL. That sucks. But we got Amari Glasgow, Dylan Barroso, Dean Baltz. Let's see here. Okay, that's it for the kids. So then, big signings: Jack Elliott, which. Let's talk about these slowly because they're fun. Jack Elliott, I think, is going to be a revelation. I think he's going to make Tehran better, and I swear to God, he better be the one paired next to Jack Elliott over Omar Gonzalez.
I was going to say, if that doesn't work, Omar Gonzalez goes in.
Well, Omar Gonzalez is another signing we made, which I'm not angry about unless...
If he's making like a crap ton of money, then I'll be pissed off.
He's not. No. He's making like veteran minimum, dude. He's like, he knows what his role is, right? But like, my biggest fear is Greg is gonna like screw some things up, and then all of a sudden, Omar Gonzalez plays 20 games this season wearing the captain's armband. That's my biggest fear.
Hey, if he still has it, and if
he doesn't,
if he still has it.
He didn't have it in Toronto, and then he didn't.
Unless something happens, he's a good piece to have coming off the bench. When you need stability on that back line.
Veteran, listen, I'm an MLS sicko. I've loved this kid for a long time. Like, I remember when this guy was naked playing a saxophone in the woods, right? I wonder if I can find a clip of it to put right here. Did you not remember this?
I don't remember that. I never even heard of that.
Oh, right? Yeah. He was like naked, sitting on a log out in the woods, but you couldn't like see anything. And he was playing the saxophone. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I would just say that Omar Gonzalez has been in this league long enough that he actually got to play with Landon Donovan at LA Galaxy.
That's phenomenal. Also, I would like to say something real quick. The fact that we talked about nonsense about Omar Gonzalez while we were supposed to talk about Jack Elliott goes to show you how just like we instantly are like, okay, you are our stable center back. Thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Just no thought. Just like he's going to be good. He's right there. Thank you.
Elliott, you're going to be a starter. You know your role. That's it. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Then we signed Philip Zinkernagel. That's what I'll go with, and I'm just gonna call him Zink.
I gotta wait. I'm gonna wait for the announcers to announce his name. Then I'll start saying it.
Then you'll start saying, "Yeah, it's a smart play." Really should have watched the game today.
I know Zinkernagel.
Yeah,
I think I got it. Zinkernagel.
You really don't want to mess up that last part, for real. All right, so then Sam Rogers, which I don't know nothing about Sam Rogers.
Wasn't he? He played in Red Bulls, but I feel like he came from Portland. I don't know. I gotta check. I gotta look this up.
Okay, that I didn't know. So then everybody's presumed starter at right back. Okay, so coming out of Sporting Lisbon, which is a good place to develop. Leonardo Barroso, which I don't watch. I purposely don't watch preseason, and I apologize for that.
Oh crap! So let me take that back. So he didn't come from the Red Bulls. He's actually been kind of playing in the Norwegian league. He's played for Rosenborg.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, they
I mean,
signed
he's
him
played for
from Lillestrøm.
Lillestrøm. Yep. So basically, this man has been playing in a Norwegian league. So which I'm cool with that. Hey, he's playing against Vikings. That's all good.
You
You
know,
know.
we'll see what happens, man. He's another we've got some defensive depth. You know, apparently we have 9 center backs at this point, which is funny because last year we had 3.
Yeah.
um, and all right, so then we get to the big boy, the DP signing, the
Well,
panty
hold on.
dropper.
What about the left back and the right back? You forgot Barroso?
No, I said Barroso.
Man, I didn't even notice. Barroso.
No, I
And
said
then on the
Barroso.
left,
He came out of Sporting Lisbon, yeah, which is where kids develop, which is nice.
isn't that where Cristiano Ronaldo developed?
Yes, it is.
It
right?
is, yeah.
They're the one with the green
Yeah,
hoops.
Sporting.
Yeah.
Sporting. So, and then our left back hasn't changed. It's still.
Yeah, it's almost let's not lie. In a sense, as long as he's not a different player for the rest of his career, it's almost as if we signed a left back again, right? Because Gutman played so little last season, and he was supposed
hurt.
to take such a serious role on this team. It's almost as if we have a new left back again, right?
Yeah, it's between him and Gaspar. You know.
That's no competition at all. We really kept Gaspar. Is it just because we can't tell them apart? Anyway, they all look the same. It reminds me. This reminds me of a guy I work with who calls us the whites. Shout out to you, Ashley. I love you, brother. Anyway,
So I can't even imagine Greg which one's gonna start?
Oh God. So yeah, Gutman. I've had thoughts about Gutman.
I like Gutman. I like Gutman. If he didn't get hurt, I think he would have had a good season. He's not a bad player by all means. And I think hey, if he doesn't get hurt, I think he could contribute. So.
I had to let the cat out. She was very upset about it. Anyway, I apologize. Yeah, no, I heard you. So, fingers crossed with Gutman. So
don't get hurt the first 5 minutes of the game.
Oh my God, it was 30. Dude, it was 30 seconds in. Because literally, I was trying to pay. I was at the bar or whatever, right? Because it was the first game of the season. It was on the road. And I was trying to pay attention, and I didn't even realize. I'm cool, the game started, and then I'm just why isn't nothing happened for 5 minutes? Oh, because our season's over. Anyway, all right, now we finally get to the big boy, Jonathan Bamba. Mr. Negative here actually believes in this. I think he's gonna be he's gonna make MLS look silly a little bit. What do you think? How happy are you?
I mean, I'm excited for Bamba, and yeah. I mean, like I said, he played today. He's already with the team.
Yeah, he scored 2 goals. He took the penalty.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think Bamba, you put Bamba and Acosta together in that midfield, and somehow find a way to put Gutierrez in there too. And we can make magic. So this is basically the season that's gonna make Brian Gutierrez. If by the summer he doesn't become this, playmaker type of individual.
It looked like he had a good game today. He scored a goal.
Saying, if he doesn't become that playmaker that everybody thinks he's gonna become, or everybody's hoping he is, they're going to be trying to shop him around by the summer, and they're going to find that DP center mid that everybody's asking for.
I don't know, man. You've listened to this show if you've gotten this deep in the show, you know this. I don't know that much about soccer, but I just know in my heart I feel like the kid has two ways to go. Cause like I really don't think I do believe in Gutierrez, but he's too small. I want him to beef up. I don't want him to necessarily be Weston McKennie, but I want him to beef up because like he's not fast enough that if he beefs up, he's gonna lose all this speed. And he's too small. He's too easy to get pushed off the ball, and that's my biggest concern. You know, he's inconsistent, but every kid is. Like, he's at that age where, like, now it's a time to lock in.
How long is it going to be before we stop calling him kid?
Well, what is he, 23, 22?
I don't even know, but it feels like every year we have the same conversation. Brian Gutierrez. Like, I think it's got... Like, I think this is it. I think this is the end of the line. Like, if Brian
He's 21 years old.
Yeah, but he's been with the team for like the past 3 years.
Yes, but that like it takes time for people to develop, man.
No, I get that, but you know, hell, man, Cristiano Ronaldo was freaking leading Sporting to the.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a physical specimen. He's like, you know,
Lionel Messi was already winning trophies with Barcelona.
Oh, okay, but like you're talking about the you know, that's like trying to be like.
Landon Donovan was winning trophies with San Jose.
Dude, that's like saying that the taqueria down the street isn't successful because they're not Amazon. You know what I mean? Like, dog, you're talking about the 1% of 1% versus, like, a kid developing. Like, Jerdan Shaqiri has a career. He ain't touching none of those people you listed. You know what I mean? Like, like seriously, right? Like,
what I'm saying is this. I think I don't know how long, because you want to win. I want to win.
We have to make the playoffs this year. I don't care if we get humiliated. We just have to make the playoffs.
So I think Brian Gutierrez might be the sacrifice this season. I think if he doesn't produce and if he's still being inconsistent like he normally is, I think they might sign that DP center mid that's gonna pull the strings.
See, I wanted Evander. And I think you could have stuck Gutierrez and Evander on the field next to each other. You know what I mean?
Where do you put Bamba? Where do you put Acosta?
Bamba and Zink on the wings.
Bamba's on the wing. Didn't we also sign someone else?
Yes, which I was just about to get to, which is the last signing. Okay. Raming Kouame. Now, Kouame is coming from Caldiz, which I can't remember what that is right now.
Cadiz, Spain.
Okay, thank you. So I like originally kind of like was pretty excited, and then I started hearing people talk about like he's here to compete. So he's here to compete with Mauricio Pineda? You have to sign somebody way better than that. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. And, like, why if you're signing him, then might as well just be a backup to Kellen Acosta and sign Evander and have Gutierrez and Evander next to each other.
Yeah, it's...
This is what I'm talking about. Just there's enough hope here, but, like, it really feels like we're not making the playoffs unless people are having career years. And that's not it's too easy to go from worst to first in this league to accept that.
So basically, what I'm hearing is that we have enough hope right now before the season starts. But once we're in 4 or 5 games deep, and if we haven't won any of those games, there goes the hope.
If we haven't won any games out of the first 5, I'm already Triple G out. I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe my desperation for attention will be satisfied by being the first guy to be Triple G out. But like, dog, like seriously, you know what really is going to be this season though? And here's the thing. I will call this a success because what I really think is going to happen this season is we're going to win a bunch of games that like we have no business winning, and we're going to lose a bunch of ugly games to a bunch of bad teams, and we're going to do just enough to make the playoffs. And if we do that, thank you. That is an entertaining season. We made the playoffs. I don't have to have an aneurysm. But like if
and I'm kind of so one thing to keep in mind. So going back to the whole Greg situation, did you ever see if you ever got an assistant coach or assistant manager?
Yes. They're just another bald white dude. They all look the same.
No, because I thought he was going for like I thought what's his face Josh Wolf was gonna come back. And
No,
then
that
I'm
was me
like,
with
right
my
now,
that was me with my pessimism telling you
yeah,
that.
yeah, but right now, crazy thing is that right now when I try to look up who's the assistant coach of this team, I go to the coach's website on the Fire website, and there's no page up. So unless they're still making changes,
I feel like we heard some things, but like now I don't remember. Like cuz
yeah,
I
like
didn't really care.
I thought we got like a goalkeeping coach.
Well,
And
wait, we didn't get rid of CJ, did we? No, CJ
CJ
went
went
to the
yeah,
Fire
CJ,
too.
no,
No.
didn't he go to like he went to like the front office?
See, I don't
Yeah,
remember. Oh boy, we were
he went
unprepared for front
yeah,
office talk.
he went to the front office. Kloppers went to the front office. Well, no, Kloppers is kind of like a vice president or whatever. Zach Thorne is still there, I think. They haven't let him go, which is cool.
Frank Klopas, vice president of partying down, baby.
Man, Frank Klopp, man.
Like
It's
now
official,
that he's
man.
not the coach, I love the guy. I can't.
Yeah.
I would love to hang out with him.
You ever had a conversation with him?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh man, it's typical Chicagoan.
I'll put it this
You
way.
know?
There was something that tipped me off, and I was like, "Oh, that's a funny name. Like, wouldn't it be funny if his wife worked there?" And you guys were like, "No, that's his wife." Oh.
Oh man.
Anywho,
And
so
someone spotted him at the Greek Islands restaurant too. For whatever reason, last year I think I saw someone posted on the Discord, on the Fire Discord. Hey, look, Frank Lope was at Greek Island restaurant.
I did see that as well. I love it. Like I said, he's not coaching the team. I love him. He's great.
So,
Great guy.
I liked him when he was an announcer. When
Yeah.
he was doing a broadcast.
You know, he reminded me of Ron Santo. I was just like every pitch that went against the Cubs was like, this is a travesty. Anyway, so speaking of old Greg and coaches and all that good stuff, because who knows who's the assistant coaches? I feel like we saw some press releases, but it was people I didn't know about, and then like the guy who they picked to help him do the GM stuff was the guy who like ruined like West Brom or something, or Burnley, or he ruined some team. So
It's weird.
I'm very skeptical.
He messed up a transfer or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that. I
The
guess they forgot to
faxman.
fax something. Yeah.
I
but at
keep
least we
getting
got
the
Mikey Stevens
L7
back.
error code.
Yeah. at least we got Mikey Stevens back. For whatever that. I mean, it's
We
Mikey
move,
Stevens.
yeah, with Mikey Stevens. Hell yeah, that's right. Yes, okay, now I remember. Mikey Stevens coming back, big time. Mikey
Player
Stevens
recruitment
fan.
too.
Huh? Yeah, I'm. I am a little concerned that we like let the guy who coached Fire 2 go, but you know, whatever. Anyway, coaches, what do you think this formation is gonna look like? What are we gonna play? What do you think? I have thoughts, but I want to hear
It's gonna be
yours.
your typical 4-5-1.
Ew.
You know. Yeah,
Ew.
they're gonna pack the midfield, bro.
Ew. I hate it. I want
Who
a
you gonna
4-3-3.
okay. I want a 4-4-2. But I know I'm not gonna get that because
Wait. Who would you play in the center of your 4? Okay, hold on. You want a 4-4-2, so I want to hear
Yeah.
the 4-4-2.
Obviously your standard center backs will be Barroso, Jack Elliott, Turan,
Gutman.
Gutman, and then in the midfield, you gotta have Acosta, and then in front of Acosta, you gotta have, that's Bamba. No, not Bamba.
Well, no, you got the 4-4-2. So you doing the diamond in the center? Or are you doing flat line?
I'm doing the diamond in the center.
Oh, so Kawame doesn't get on the
Costa.
field.
Costa, Bamba on the wing. Holy crap! Who's on our left side?
Zink.
Not Zink.
Zink
Yeah.
or
So
Mary
Bamba
Holly
on the right.
Selassie.
Yeah. So Bamba on the right, Zink on the left, Acosta and playing the defensive role, and I guess Brian Gutierrez playing the attacking mid, and in front, and you know, but this is where my logic goes to shit though.
Poke holes in your own argument, dog. Let's do it.
Yeah. This is where my logic goes to shit. Kuipers is a guaranteed starter. Who the hell is gonna go next to Kuipers? And I swear.
Bartomeu, man.
Oh my God! It was supposed to be the Pereira kid before he got hurt.
I saw.
Oh, you know
I
what?
see you cooking now, talking about Paraba. All right.
Can you throw in Glass? You might be able to.
Glasgow's
throw
too small, dog.
But he's fast.
He's barely taller than I am.
But he's fast. So I mean, that's my formation. I mean, if you could, I guess you could put Amari. This is why I said we needed a backup striker, and I swear, because I'm like, I had a feeling we were gonna get stuck with Barlow.
One of the worst transfers in human history.
I can't believe you actually paid fucking Gam and Tam for that guy.
If Tom Barlow, I hope Tom Barlow makes fools of us all. I hope Tom Barlow makes fools of us all.
And you start saying that Tom Barlow's gonna win the Golden Boot, I swear.
Tom Barlow Golden Boot, fucking smack. That's dude. So I want to.
He's gonna be the guy that scores goals like out of like randomly. Like someone crosses the ball and then it hits his freaking like inside foot when he was not trying to shoot and it goes in. Like one of those like, oh my God, it hit my shoulder and it went in.
Score off his face. I scored with my face. I want a 4-3-3. I think back line is set. Oh, and Brady. We literally didn't even list that's how locked in Brady is. We didn't even talk about the keeper.
I think we will be more confused and bewildered. I think we will be more confused and bewildered if we saw the backup Gall playing instead of Brady.
Oh man. Oh, I want that so bad just for the memes. Anyway, so the backline set, we got that. Like I have been a wholehearted Tehran supporter for a couple of years now. So Tehran
that's to say that if Sam Rogers or whatever the guy's name is, Sam Rogers, is it?
Yeah, Sam Rogers. I didn't know he was a center back. I thought he was
isn't he
a right back? But you know, I believe in the experiment, the Jack Elliott Carlos Tehran experiment. Which, by the way, I was talking about Carlos Tehran with somebody at work, and they hit me with the Dick Tehran, and apparently Dick Tehran has passed away and throwing screen passes on 3rd and 15 in heaven, which I didn't know that. But anyway,
rest in peace, Mr.
Huh?
No, I said rest in peace because
yeah,
he was the coach that the Bears had when they brought in like Brian Urlacher and
but he was the offensive coach. They would throw screen passes when it was 3rd and long or 2nd and long, or any time. I digress.
Yeah.
I digress. I apologize. Anyway, so in the midfield, this is where our deficiencies are showing in both of our logics here, because in the midfield, I wanted Guti in the peak of the diamond and then Acosta next to somebody else who was like a destroyer, like, Luca Della Torre or, Evander. I wanted somebody awesome, but whatever.
Well, that's why I said that this is the season that's going to make or break Brian Gutierrez, because if we can, like, if we were playing a 4-4-2 and we were doing the diamond, if he cannot make things happen from the attacking mid, then at that point you have to consider replacing him in the summer window.
You have to. Now, Kwame, maybe I'm just sour on Kwame. Maybe he's actually awesome and this is perfect, but like as soon as I heard he came in to compete, I instantly was like, okay, well, we need another center mid. You are lacking the center mid signing that we need, because the
You don't want to
two.
hear those words when we sign a new player. Like, hey, I'm here to compete. Like, that's always a bad sign.
Yeah, exactly. Like, would compete with what? With Mauricio Pineda? Because Fede is gone, and Fede had at least
Yeah.
talent that like could have blossomed out of nowhere. But like, if he's competing with Pineda, like Mauricio Pineda, you know what? Like, he's doing something with his life. He is a professional soccer player. I'm sure he's a good-looking cat, and I'm sure he does well. You know what I mean? Like with the ladies, I just
So do you think Kwame is gonna be one of these random signings that we do every year, where like you kind of look back in a couple of years, like, oh yeah, we had that guy. I saw him play a few times, and that's it. That's when the
I
conversation
hope
ends.
not. I hope he's, Atuesta, Ozzy Alonso. I hope he's a solid piece right next to. I hope he's Kellen Acosta level. You know what I mean? That's what I want. Like, that's what I really wanted. Del Torre. I really wanted Evander. I wanted somebody big in the midfield. And then when I heard Kwame was coming to compete, now again, I'm an idiot on the internet, so if that's just one idiot said that and I've got the wrong impression, this cat is a world beater, dope. But I'm worried because we need a backup striker still, and we need a center midfielder still.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't Zinc. I heard things about Zinc coming to compete with Haile Selassie, which I like Haile Selassie, but for a team that compete in MLS, Haile Selassie has to be coming off your bench.
He
That's
is
the
going to be coming
level.
off our bench. So Selassie is going to be coming off the bench.
Well, but I thought they said Zinc was gonna compete when he came.
I don't know, because I mean what I saw today.
Yeah, well, apparently today him and Bamba just completely demolished everything in their path.
They were just chopping up that San Jose defense. Like, it was like they were playing a bunch of high school kids, man. It was
Which,
ugly.
which let's at least tell people what happened. Let's see here. Oh, I lost it. JK. I'm not telling anybody nothing.
I mean, I saw the game. I saw I got to see at least. No, I missed the penalty, the first goal, which was a penalty, which I didn't care. But
Well,
then the next 4 goals,
who
it was,
started
man.
at striker?
It wasn't Kuipers.
Well, yeah, Kuipers. I heard Kuipers didn't play. They're saying it's just precautionary. He'll be ready for the Columbus game.
Who started?
Was it Barlow or was it somebody else?
It might have been Barlow.
It's not a good sign.
Was it Barlow? But I was gonna say that's weird because I did not see. It's a bad sign when your striker has no involvement in the goals. You know, like I literally saw a play started by Zink, like in a counterattack. He gets the ball under counter. He passes it to Bamba. Zink is already there. He's on.
There's no
he's
striker to be seen.
There's no striker to be seen, and I just seen Bamba pass the ball. And you know what? And guess what? He didn't even score. You know what happened? He had the ball, and he got fouled in the penalty box for the second penalty.
I don't know. Like I'm fingers crossed that we're gonna have a competitive team this year because.
Well, here's another scenario. Zink with the swinging cross. I guess who meets the ball? Bamba. Goal.
That sounds good. That sounds like that sounds like they're becoming friends. I like this.
I'm just saying, there's 2 plays. You know, that's always a good sign when you got 2 players that.
How did we line up? We didn't have 5 in the back, right? That's my biggest fear. Is Greg is going to play 5 in the back?
No, I don't think we had 5 in the back.
Okay.
I think. No.
Good. That would be my biggest fear about this team is
because we had Acosta, we had Gutierrez, we had Bamba, we had Zink.
Did Kwame
and even
play?
I don't even know Kwame played, but I know Brian Gutierrez scored one of the. Yeah, Gutierrez was involved. Bamba obviously, Zink obviously. Holy crap! If this is a Tom Barlow situation and the fact that he was not involved, Like he did not do anything. Was it? I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I got it. I got it up now. Barlow did start,
Oof, that's
and
not a good sign.
Bowles came in for him. Yeah, no. Yeah, they had full wholesale changes in the second half, which we knew.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so Bamba scored in the 5th minute off a penalty. Gutierrez scored in the 13th minute from a oh yeah, this Aurelio or Aurelio. God, I can't even say these names. This one kid, we didn't even bring him up. Oregal or El.
Orego.
Oregal.
Orego.
He
Yeah.
played in the center midfield, actually. And I did see some things about everybody was happy about him.
Well, isn't he a regular for the youth teams for the U.S. national team?
You were asking the wrong guy.
Okay.
Um yeah, I don't I guess this will move us. We pretty much. Oh, I guess I didn't finish my starting lineup. I got in the center of midfield and kind of gave up and got mad about Kwame. But Kwame next to Acosta with Guti in front, and then the front line of Hugo and apparently Zink and Bamba.
So, I was gonna say so. By the way, thank you to the good folks at Men in Red 97. I'm looking at their article, and they actually the same thing we were just talking about. Help needed up front. That was like the headline or one of the pieces.
Oh boy.
Basically talking about what we just mentioned about Bamba Gutierrez, making stuff happen, and Tom Barlow starting, but having minimal influence before being replaced by a similarly unimpactful Dean Bolts at halftime.
I wouldn't be mad even if we took a flyer again. Like, I mean, I think Kai Kamara's available again.
You know what? At this point, if you were to tell me Kuipers needs to sit out 1 or 2 games, and you basically need a placeholder for him while he's out, and if Bamba and Zink and Gutierrez can make magic happen, I'll be okay with it. But if they can't, then you might have to start looking into some trading in MLS.
Oh, I would be okay with them signing another Tom Barlow-esque striker to try and like get the lightning in a bottle for a 10-goal season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The one that scores more than 1 goal. Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. Tom Barlow could have had lightning in the bottle and been in the right place, the right time, and scored 10 goals, and he didn't. He was just not. He was not worthy of the occasion.
Is it just me, or did I could have sworn that Tom Barlow like missed a lot of sitters?
He did.
Season.
It was bad.
Yeah,
we were sad.
I'm like, yeah,
sad Fire fans. It seems to be a trend. Anyway, so I guess we're coming up on it. Like we can only talk about our. I guess this segment feels a lot more negative than I wanted it to because I am excited. I just have such trepidation with my excitement. It just wasn't enough. Like I get
PTSD, man.
You're right. I mean, I get that we're not going to compete for an MLS Cup this year, no matter what we would have done, but it still doesn't feel enough. Like it feels very like they said all the right things. They hired Greg Berhalter. There's no way that you can then, after all of that, look me in the eyes and say, we'll make the playoffs next season. Like, you can't do that. You can't expect me to wait another year.
Let me throw you a curveball. Right? And so let's say the Fire don't make the playoff.
Uh-huh.
But there's a but. They win the U.S. Open Cup.
Well, now that the U.S. Open Cup has been relegated to the NIT, I still don't think that's good enough.
I mean, it gets us a ticket to the Conca Champions. It gets us another trophy.
It depends. Like if you're gonna tell me that we didn't make the playoffs this year, and you're gonna expect me to not want Greg's head, then we can't win the U.S. Open Cup by like getting a good draw and playing an extra game against a lower division team. Like
Okay.
we got to put our fuck on the
Okay.
table.
So.
Like
So
we
okay,
can't.
so maybe. Okay. So maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not trying to be DC United from back in the day where they were like last place and they won the U.S. Open Cup. So I don't. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So I mean, if we're gonna win the U.S. Open Cup, I expect us to at least make ninth place, or
It's not that
bare
much
min-
to ask for.
yeah.
It's not that much to ask for a single season turnaround to finish ninth. I really don't think it is. And anybody who does, fight me, yell at me. I don't think that's unreasonable. And I don't
So
know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna storm the stadium if we don't make the
yeah,
playoffs.
right.
But like,
But I,
how could you
I was
like?
thinking about this. So this season could go two ways, all right? Because I've only seen it happen these two ways, unless Greg brings a third way. Either we start off mediocre and stay mediocre for the rest of the season, or by God, we start off like 2017 hot off. Like just fucking winning from day one.
Mm, I I foresee the season being a complete roller coaster of up and down. Winning games we're not supposed to, losing
We're
games
gonna
we're
be
not
winning.
supposed to.
We're gonna be winning ugly basically the whole season. You're
I
gonna be
no,
winning
no,
like
I don't think so. I actually think we'll look like a team that could win Champions League one week and look like wooden spoon contender the next. I really think we're
Okay.
going to be completely schizophrenic all season. I really do. I think this team is going to, like, and that's what I mean. If this team is like that and we still make ninth, thank you for an exciting year. Thank you for all the memories. But, like, if we don't make ninth, let's just burn it. Sell the team. Screw it. Forget it. Chicago doesn't deserve a soccer team. Like,
Move
let's
to
just go be
Milwaukee.
house fans. Like, at that point. Because for real, like, I guess that's all I'm getting at is I don't think I'm asking for much. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm a jerk. But I don't think so.
Hey, so if you're gonna go to this thing on Saturday, do me and James a favor. Take a picture with Greg Berhalter.
Oh, for sure. I will. Listen. I am
Why
very
don't you be like a giddy kid like that? Be like this.
Dude, hey Craig, you want to burn one down with me? Anyway, no, I am cautiously optimistic about Greg. Like I said, I am wrestling with emotions of like we vehemently wanted him to lose his job, and then for whatever reason, a couple months later, we're supposed to think he's a genius, right? And so
I
it's
remember we were trashing him after the Copa America. We're like, oh, this guy is the fucking worst, and all this and that, and then we were like screaming like we were screaming like little girls after that we signed him. Like, oh my god.
well, we needed somebody for real. We could
Yeah.
Greg Berhalter was the minimum for a coach for this team. Like again, it was like I'm not asking for much to like you've sucked for 12 years, for 15, for however long. Literally, like everybody brings up 2017, but nobody remembers that the second the All-Star game happened, we played like trash for the entire rest of the year.
That's because we had an incompetent coach.
And
that,
right,
by the way,
was he still at Celtic?
No, he's at Tigres, which by the way lost like a week or two ago against like some team from Nicaragua in the Champions League.
Ooh, God, I love the Champions League.
They're playing today. You know what? I had to see if they like they lost against a team from Nicaragua, and I mean, kudos to them. Oh no, they won. They won 3-0. But still,
kudos. I love that. That's why you play Champions League, is for moments like that. That's why.
Yeah.
That's all right. So
hey, one more thing. The U.S. U17 trashed the hell out of some. Didn't they beat someone 2-0? Like
something crazy, and like the kid, so like everybody's saying like, oh, that's why the Crew sold all their strikers, because there's a kid on there that scored like 6 goals, and he plays for the Crew. He just signed with the Crew.
And he's from Naperville.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's in Naperville.
Apparently he can't drive then.
Oh man. So yeah. So it's official. The U.S. youth team has gone to like Australia heights in terms of scoring goals. Like, there's not even a mercy rule.
Yeah, I'm torn on that. Part of me thinks there should be a mercy rule, but then again, it's like, well, we did all this
Like,
pomp and
they
circumstance
have
for an
one-
hour and a
they-
half of soccer. Might as well play it.
Yeah, they have one. They have one for the kids baseball tournament though. I
Oh,
forgot
Little
what
League.
it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah, yeah.
Little League,
World
yeah,
Series-
the Little
yeah.
League. They have one for Little League,
That's
which is
smart.
surprising because baseball is supposed to be like this, very aggressive man sport, and then
Yeah, but it
in
takes
soccer-
forever. That's why you have the mercy
it
rule.
takes forever. But then in soccer, you got to make a kid sit through 22 goals. Like, that goalkeeper has to sit through 22 goals, man.
Yeah. How do you? Oh, that would be tough. All right.
I guess
Before
that
we
builds
before we get dark, who is the team MVP this season?
It's between Bamba and Zinc.
I was gonna say Bamba and Kuipers.
Well, you know what? If Bamba and Zinc can give Kuipers all the assists in the world that he needs, and Kuipers, at that point, Kuipers becomes a 20-plus goal scorer. So,
Oh,
yeah,
my God. He scored 10 goals. Well, what? He scored 10 or 12 goals last season on
a crappy team.
On the crappiest of teams, on the least amount of opportunities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's Kuiper. Bomba's gonna do some amazing things, but I think it's Kuiper's award to win because he's gonna net the goals. I really do. What?
We really gotta learn this guy's name, man. We can't just calling him Zinc.
No, I love it. It's his nickname.
Oh man. Okay.
All
Fair
right,
enough.
so rubber meets the road. We are in the U.S. Open Cup. We are in the East. We play in MLS. What does this team do this season?
Make the playoffs.
You think we're making the playoffs?
I think we're making the playoffs, and I think we're gonna go deep in the U.S. Open Cup. Hell, we might actually win it.
I totally agree with you. I say we're gonna hit the semifinals of the Open Cup, and we're gonna hit 9th place and just squeak into the playoffs.
And the fact that we win the U.S. Open Cup, you're gonna have a lot of Fire fans that are gonna be crying, because those are gonna be tears of joy.
It'll be Cinco, man. It will be the first to Cinco.
I've sat through me and you have sat through horrible Fire teams. And it has come down to that moment. That's all I'm going to say.
I remember a very crappy Klopas season, and we were in the U.S. Open Cup final, and my ex had worked a 12-hour shift, and I drug her down to Buffalo Wild Wings, which was the only place I could see the gosh darn game, and we got stomped by Seattle.
Yeah, it was 2-0. We didn't do much.
No, it wasn't even Buffalo Wild Wings. You know where it was? It was the place where the girls have like the tilted kilt.
Oh, tilted kilt.
Anywho, so I do think we make the playoffs this year, and I am not gonna lie. And the only way I will not be happy with just making the playoffs is if we're like second or first most of the season, and then all of a sudden, like the last 2 months, lose like every game. Then I'll be pretty unhappy.
Traumatized.
Huh?
I think Pano got you traumatized because I remember that season. We were unstoppable for like the first 2 halves of the season, and by the time we hit that All-Star break, it just
as soon as we got out of that All-Star game, we played like garbage.
Teams figured us out.
And we talked like we were so awesome. We were in first in the East for like 1 week. We were mostly in second and third. You know what I mean? Like we weren't even I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we were in first a little longer than that, but we were not in first for long.
We were competing with a Toronto team that had Jovinko, like a
And Josie,
red hot Jovinko.
yeah, red hot Josie and Jovinko, and yeah.
Yeah.
Because 2016 is when Seattle beat Toronto.
That was a weird period of time where they were going back and forth.
Yeah,
back and
and then 2017 Toronto beat Seattle. Yeah. Oh,
that's when yeah.
it was. It was not the joyous time everybody seems to remember. That's why that's why it's like we've been bad for 15 years.
It left me a bad taste at the end of the season where we just got stomped by New York 4-0.
That was 2012. That one was almost
stomped. We got stomped by New York Red Bulls at Toyota Park in 2017.
Oh, you're right. We got stomped by Houston in 2012.
That was the team that had a young Tyler Adams.
Oh, that's right. And like Sasha Kleshkin and oh God. And Bradley Wright Phillips. What do you think of his commentary skills? He's a goofy dude and I enjoy it. I very much enjoy it.
I like Bradley Wright Phillips. I think they had a segment of the Fire the other day, and when they had a segment about the Fire a few months ago when they hired Greg Berhalter, and Bradley Wright Phillips like, oh, I like this move. This is exactly what the Fire need.
Yeah, I like him. I'm not mad. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do as soon as we're done here is actually use my code to get back into Apple TV and see what they got for the Fire.
Dude, I already put it in, bro.
No, I haven't gotten around to it.
I didn't waste any time. It was just 2 taps and I was in. I have an iPhone, so it just does it automatically.
Oh, that makes some sense. Yeah, nobody cares. Anyway, on the Android, if you're watching it on your phone, you have to watch it on the web browser.
Get an iPhone, bro.
No, baby's first smartphone. Forget that. Anyway, DPG, what do you got for the people? We're gonna say goodnight here. This was a wonderful episode. I had fun.
All right. So just to let you guys know, we're gonna be back next week. We possibly might have a guest that's gonna talk on the behalf of the Columbus Crew, which should be an interesting conversation. Should be an interesting conversation because, as everybody knows, the Columbus Crew literally lost its engine. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And again, if you guys haven't had a chance, please, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, comment. All that stuff helps the channel. All that good stuff.
Punt that subscribe button.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be at full strength. This is a tough season to get through if one of your DPs is out injured too long.
Yep.
So, we got to make it happen. Anyway, for Enemies of the Fire, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment. We already said that. Come back. We're just here having a good time. We're here to have fun. Have fun with us. Peace.
Yep. Have a good night.